Welcome back to SmackDown Vs Raw 2006 GM mode. I am your host, attackslug, here in Victoria, Texas, and no Stone Cold because he's on Raw. But looking at our schedule, they had to run Detroit, Michigan. Therefore, unfortunately, Stone Cold not here in his hometown. And yes, Taker is from Texas, but he's billed as being from Death Valley. Not the same thing. Anyhow, let's look at the roster here and see what the deal is. I think, again, we cannot run Triple H Mankind. I don't want to risk an injury to our top-tier world title rivalry. But I do know that Shawn and Taker want that title opportunity. It's going to have to wait until tomorrow. Otherwise, everybody else is in the happy on their morale. Love to see it. Contractually, we have Chris Jericho, Christian, John Cena, and Ray all up in 2 weeks. I'm going to wait. We need a bunch of money on merch last time on the show. I'm going to do it again on this show. So same deal. Merchandise and the promo for Triple H and Mankind. Now then, otherwise, we're good on these things. They're all going in the right direction. But I feel like this one is not long for this world, so it's going to switch to whoever is the champion at the end of it versus Ray back in that cruiserweight title scene. That being said, let's go check out what the deal is. No emails, always good. Inbox 0, love to see it. So, SmackDown. I do have to change things up from yesterday because I ran a bunch of regular singles matchup. But first and foremost, promos. Number 1, going to be that merchandise, and the other one going to be that rivalry for Trips and Mankind. Mr. H's and Mick Foley doing their thing. Now, I can get, I do believe, a bit more hardcore on the show today, considering the rest of the roster and their fatigue level. So, I don't want to get crazy or anything, like no Hell in a Cell, but I can do submission matches and tables and that kind of business. Should be okay in terms of the overall fatigue of the roster. Our second highest rivalry, which is Taker and HBK, and I will do indeed a main event, a submission match between those two. So I'll even go ultimate submission with a 60-minute Broadway. The fatigue is the exact same regardless. Only two. Only two. So, let's get in here, Shawn Michaels and the Dead Man, The Undertaker, 85 and 94. So once that Triple H Mankind feud goes sour, or in that fatal 4-way tomorrow, guess who's in line for that world title opportunity? It is indeed Taker. So, there we go with that. Now, we also have John Cena and Kurt Angle, who ran a regular singles match last time. And we know John Cena is good at the parking lot brawl, but look, it's been, at this point, overdone. So perhaps we run something else, and it'll be a first blood match. That's 3 pips on your deal there. So it'll be a John Cena, a your Olympic hero with a broken freaking neck, Kurt Angle. 89-92. Love to see that. 7,000 on that first blood. Gotta have those EMTs and pay somebody, right? So, the local medical facility on standby. Now, we also have The Big Show and Randy Orton, and those men can get into that solid steel cage match. 4 pips, they'll be fine. So, singles on that. Show me you are worth the $500,000 I paid you, Big Show. For real, though. 25K, we got it. We're good. Match number 3. I think we return to the table time between Kane and Chris Jericho. So who goes through a table? That's gotta be Kane. We'll see. 74-83. Now, otherwise, it is our cruiserweight deal, which last time was a handicap match. And as much as I'd like to say, hey man, let's just do a TLC and go crazy, I don't think it's worth the cost considering how few stars these matches get. Now I know. Otherwise, No Mercy was banger after banger after banger after banger. But make it simple here and go guest referee. Who is waiting in the wings on that guest ref spot? We know it is indeed Booyaka Booyaka Rey Mysterio. So RVD versus Christian again, and it'll be for that title. So Christian, 61 and 66, with Rey at 72. And we'll say yes for that Cruiserweight Championship. Also, tables match for that US Championship. So some gold being defended on this program. But that means we got to keep on getting Edge and Booker T up there, which means the best way to do that is indeed the handicap match. So the old 1 on 3. And it's going to be William Regal, who is at 36 now. We got to get in Edge at 73. We got to get in Booker T here, who is at 76. I want them at least at 80. And the third man, who is the third man? It's not Hogan. Who is that third man in this matchup who can still do a thing? Let's get Shelton his spot back from being demolished yesterday. So Edge, Booker, Shelton versus Regal. Again, not having Foley and Hunter on the show means we probably lose to Raw again by about 30 or 40K in the fans, but I have to do what I have to do. I can't risk injury of my top guys doing top things. So that puts us at 90K for this show cost. Regal, like a lamb to the slaughter here. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. And we have Edge, Booker, and Shelton winning as they should. Christian versus RVD with Rey as the referee. Will RVD retain that Cruiserweight title? He will not. Christian is now holding the belt. Okay, Chris Jericho Kane. U.S. title tables matchup. Let's watch a bit of this one. I feel like I have yet to see a tables match in this GM mode actually end by going through a table that is set up horizontally and not in the corner. It's been in the corner like every time. So can this matchup break the curse with Christopher here, Le Champion, the Ocho, if you will, getting ready to do it here on this Lionheart, Chris Jericho. Referee is blind. Take that, Chad Patton. Now, get to the ring and bring on the Monster Kane for this U.S. title. Hellfire and Brimstone.
And it's for the United States Championship. Weighing 326 pounds, Kane.
Gentlemen, I ask that you deliver a fantastic table spot for my thumbnail. I would appreciate that very much. Because otherwise, just the same end of the corner business is not really what I want to see. And it's been happening over and over and over. So Jericho, trying to end this one quickly. Quickly! Quickly! DDT! And no! I am the table. So that one, nah. One of them Japanese tables wasn't going to break. Wasn't going to do it. I want to see somebody actually on the table that's going to go flying, go through it. Hasn't happened yet, so I'm hoping. But Jericho with that skull-crushing finale on Kane. So, alright, cool. Enziguri into that big red machine. Now then, can Kane maintain with the reign in Spain? Well, I mean, oh, here we go. Uranagi on the ramp. On the ramp. Look, we know. Kane is a monster, and I don't like Jericho's chances here, even being the Ocho. I just don't see it being a thing, even being a quality sports entertainer, as he is. And Kane now, Irish whip, nope, kick to the gut. Kane in control of Jericho, back into the ring. But there are no tables in the ring, not yet anyway. So this one, hot and heavy early on, 1:29 on the clock. Knee to the gut, arm drag to Kane, who just bails and is going for a table, but Jericho beats him to it. So gets there first and then totally whiffs on anything happening there as Kane with a full head of steam taking down Jericho. It's just not right. Just not right. I can't see, guys. All right. Again, legal in this matchup. And Kane getting close to a finish which again won't finish the matchup. It'll help, but it won't actually finish what he needs to do. Use the table, Christopher. Use it, please. Oh, the buckle. He wants that deadly turnbuckle, and it's not going to matter if he goes through a table. And he just might. He just might right here if Kane can get it to work here with that knee to the abdominal region. And Kane now, maybe, wrong way, back elbow, Kane, grapple, test of strength, Jericho slips out into the arm wrench, and then just nothing. So Kane has finish. Show me that choke slam through a table. That'd be awesome. I don't see it happening, but it'd be cool. Kane now has not stored his finish yet, and Jericho, using his wrestling, he stored it, acumen to make this one happen. But Kane now, a matter of time before the big red machine takes down Jericho. Maybe it is a tables match. It is anybody's ball game at any given time. You whiffed it, Kane. You were right there, and you didn't go in the right direction. You could have, but no. Picks it up, and see, is the problem. It always goes into the corner, and then the match ends in the corner, and nobody actually goes through a table, like, horizontally. It's frustrating. Yes, Kane, more tables. Wait, no. Pick it up, and what are you doing? What are you doing? Jerky? Drink it in, man. Drink it in, man. All right, so Irish whip into the table. Jericho not capitalizing. Again, knee to the gut. Back to the table. Jericho with the scoop slam, and it doesn't break. It doesn't break. Kane retains so far because the table did not cooperate. And Kane now making the glove thing happen and calling for the choke slam. Now it is 2 tables. 1 in each corner. Who? Here it comes. Choke slam. Boom. So, that really doesn't help the matchup. Really. But he hit it. And that could make for a good thumbnail. So, thank you, Kane. Appreciate it. But, at the same time, yes, sexy beast. At the same time, who will walk out of Victoria, Texas as the U.S. champion? Can Kane retain? Abdominal stretch, which is, yeah, okay, sure. One of y'all got to go through a table because my voice is starting to go. So please, expediently finish the fight. Kane retains. And still, why the confetti? Yeah, I mean, and still, so why the confetti? Like, why anything anymore? I don't know. Okay, rest of the card is gonna look like what? Big Show, Randy Orton, who escapes that cage? The Big Show. John Cena, Kurt Angle, who is going to bleed? Kurt Angle bled his own blood. And Shawn Michaels versus Taker. 60-minute Broadway. Taker taps out Shawn a bunch of times in that matchup. What does that do for our ratings? The Rock is champion. No fan change. So at least I staved off any kind of change here. So a 4-star Raw. I'd imagine a 4-star SmackDown. Now think, if I had had Mankind and I had had Triple H on the show, I could have gained more fans there. So tomorrow. But also, Batista has 1 week. Will Raw re-sign the Animal? If they don't, that's easy pickings for ya boy. Let us look at what happened there on those shows. So, we have 2.3 mil now in the bank. We have our Raw result, which was a 3, 2, 2.5, 3, 5, and 5. Man, they love hitting those 5s on those match 5 and match 6. It's wild. But again, they don't worry about stamina. Sucks for me. Now, 2.5. 2.5. Uh-oh. I told you. All right. And then 3.5, 4.5, 4, and 4.5. So why did Cena and Angle not get 4.5? I'll never know. These two are good, but I'm going to guess this one is no longer good at 2.5. That means usually If yesterday it was 3 and now it's 2.5, that usually says, hey, that rivalry has gone dead. But the fan support maintaining a healthy over million lead to Monday Night Raw as they head towards their Taboo Tuesday or whatever on the rosters in the rivalries. 1, 2, there. See? I could feel it. I was feeling the feelings, vibrations. But otherwise, we're good. So that one I knew was going to happen eventually because those don't go to 10 when they're that low on their popularity. It sucks, but it is what it is. I kind of wish I could vacate Christian's title because I'd rather have an RVD and Ray feud, but that is what it is. Now then, I know Shawn and Taker, unsatisfied. They want the gold tomorrow. Fatal 4-way for the world title. Otherwise, Jericho wants to win. Angle wants a shot. Mankind back in the ring tomorrow. And Triple H back in the ring tomorrow. You're welcome. You're welcome. But yes, Jericho and Kane now are up there. But otherwise, rest of the roster doing all right. But yes, indeed, popularity-wise, Christian is 65. So the belt helps a little bit. But Ray is 71 and RVD is 62. Alright, actually, I take it back because the belt does help when you have it. But, yeah. Yeah, it is what it is. So, there is that. Top of the card here is Triple H as World Champion. Now then, that's it for today. Certainly, I'll be looking very closely at free agency next time for Big Dave Batista. But otherwise, I think I'm good for today. So, that wraps things up. I'm attackslug. I'll see you back here on Friday, end of the week, for another episode of GM Mode right here on this channel. And I'm out.